Hi, I'm Joanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and its educational system, which is a teacher's guide, which is a book that can help you. A lot of teachers can do this on their own, but I thought of some wonderful scripted questions that you can ask students about their comprehension concepts of the story that you might want to explore, like vocabulary and also on the literacy side, I thought it would be a great time for classroom discussions on what the Happy Little Garbage Truck was doing that relates to their lives. And in keeping with that, there is a social skills component where I've included games and ways that children can connect with that aspect of the story, which is building your self esteem. And that's why this talk today, as with all of my talks, I would like to explore how can we build up a child's self-esteem. That's what this channel is about. And today's topic, we're going to continue on with Z. Herford's article, How to Build Up a Healthy Self-Esteem. And I was thinking that what we educators really have to do in order to keep this concept um, within our teaching program is to daily beat up, build up a child's, don't beat up yourself, build up a child's, the core part of a child's self concept, which is how they feel about themselves, self esteem, and a sense of self. So we're going to start with a strong foundation, and this is so needed in everyone, and it will allow us to go on into um, foundational skills that will help a child when they return to school. So, what Ms. Hereford has done is she's identified 5 powerful components that will help everyone develop a healthier self esteem by learning how to think for themselves. The first one was developing a strong sense of self. And we spent a week or so on that topic. And essentially, we're thinking of ways to identify who you are and what makes you unique, and then kind of elaborating on that and trying to do what you can to reach out to others, keeping that strong sense of self and extend yourself outside of yourself, basically, to be an effective part of the community, family, home. And this is something that we do every day as teachers and educators and parents. But we want to extend this to our children to show them how it's done by modeling how we do it. The second part was to become well informed. And that means you're reading everything you can to actually have an opinion that's based on facts, not just opinion. So, being well informed really requires you to read multiple different types of articles, listening to different people, different podcasts. And it's a job in itself, but these days we really do need to be well informed in order to make the proper decisions for ourselves and our families. And once again, we're modeling this for the children that we're working with. And the third one was to be flexible. And that is when I was talking about, there's we can organize our time effectively, try to have everything in place, but sometimes there's that surprise. Pardon me, in my OT, in one of my classes in schools that I taught in, was the one who introduced that concept to me. She put that sticky of a star over a change in our schedule, and the children actually anticipated with excitement what that change could be. Our third one was being flexible. Today, the fourth topic is identifying biases. And for me, that topic, this particular topic, is the most difficult for me to come up with some concepts as to how do you teach it. But then, as you think about it, we all have biases. It's our opinion of things, and we tend to gravitate toward something more so than the other, and that's our bias. Like if I were to ask you, do you like coffee or tea better? For me, I actually like both, but I really get my day going with a cup of tea. And if it's a really kind of difficult day, if I got up super early, then I might resort to a little coffee later on. But we all have our favorites, and that's what our biases are. That's our known biases. The thing that makes this topic a little difficult is we all have unknown biases too. And those are the things that can just, kind of trip us up because we didn't realize that we were, leaning towards that way. And this is something that I believe, well, Miss Hereford actually stated that we could be unduly influenced. And that I thought that was a perfect term. We could be unduly influenced by the news, social media, what we read, podcasts that we listen to, music we listen to, etc. Pardon me. So the bottom line, which is what we'll talk about tomorrow, is that given all of these influences, are we being fair? And are we being open-minded? So we'll talk tomorrow looking at those two parts of being open-minded and identifying our biases that would keep us from being open-minded and fair. So until then, thank you for subscribing and sharing, and we'll talk later. Bye-bye.